Welcome to ASAP Forensics.
What is a fingerprint?
Fingerprints are impressions left on any surface that consist of patterns made by the ridges on a finger.
What types of prints are there? There are three types of prints: loops, whorls, and arches. A loop is a fingerprint pattern in which the ridge pattern flows inward and returns in the direction of the origin.
There are two types of loops, ulnar and radial.
Let's say we have a right hand in front of us. If the loop, the opening of the loop is facing the pinky side, then it's an ulnar loop. If the opening of the loop is facing the thumb side, then it's a radial loop.
Whorls, a fingerprint pattern that resembles a bullseye.
There are four types of whorls: central pocket loop whorl, plain whorl, double loop whorl, and accidental whorl. The last type of fingerprint pattern is called an arc. Its ridges flow in one side of a print and out the other side. There are only two types of arches: plain and tented arch. Plain arches look like a little speed bump or a small hill in the fingerprint, but it contains no deltas. While tented arches look similar to a plain arch, there is one key difference: a tented arch has a delta. Let's identify some of the common characteristics found in a print. There's triple fork, short ridge, bridge, eye, hook, bifurcation, delta, and ending ridge. How does one lift a Latin print? Well, it's not so complex. If we have a glass and a person holds onto the glass, then they leave an oily residue left on the glass. But we can't see it, which is why it's called a Latin print. We use various and special powders and chemicals to make these Latin prints visible to the naked eye. If we take a simple magnetic charcoal powder and brush it over the print, the charcoal will adhere to the oils and water in the print. Next, the print is photographed and logged. Once that is complete, a piece of tape is laid over the dusted print. It is then pulled off and placed on a card to allow the print to be easily seen and photographed again if necessary. Anhydride and the amino acids in your print react to form a blue or purple print. Cyanoacrylate vapor plus the fat in your sweat create a white print. Silver nitrate and the chloride found in the salts from your sweat form and create a black or red print under UV light. Iodine fuming plus carbohydrates react to form a brown print, but it fades quickly, so have your camera ready. In the past, CSI personnel would spend hours looking at prints, comparing each by hand. They'd look for similar characteristics on both sets of prints. If you look at the print on the balloon and say it was found at a crime scene, you can tell that it's a double loop whorl, and the S shape that helps identify it is vertical. In the print that is from a known person, you can tell it is also a double loop whorl, except the S shape that identified it as a double loop whorl is horizontal, so you know these two prints are not a match. As well, nowadays we use a system called AFIS, an automated fingerprint identification system, to compare sets of prints by computers instead of by hand.